In Pennon in battle, there is a race unknown to other factions, the Ancient Swarm. They were severely weakened in ancient wars and have been hibernating underground until they were awakened by the sound of dwarven drills. In our setting, the Swarm are servants and experiments of the ancient gods, enslaved by soul binding to fight for them in their quest to conquer all of Richland. But even insects yearn for freedom. Led by their queen, countless Swarm began to rebel against this enslavement, waging war against the ancient gods. Only the Swarm of the Destruction Legion refused to pledge loyalty to the queen, lurking under the ancient god's command, waiting for the right moment. This earned them the title of traitors among the uninformed. The leader of these traitors is destructive Delamin. In the Swarm's time of crisis, Delamin incited a rebellion behind the ancient god troop, ultimately saving the Swarm from destruction. After the queen sacrificed herself to break the Swarm's soul bindings, the severely weakened ancient Swarm fell into an endless slumber underground. What are real-world insects like? Highly social, collective will, strong reproductive and evolutionary abilities. Each insect nest is a highly condensed social unit, with every insect fulfilling its role within the nest. This organizational structure is akin to a well-trained troop, naturally fitting into our game. In the game, we created different soldiers based on real-world insect types, elytra, carapace, arthropods, or mollusks. Whether flying or ground units, all have significant deterrent power. But how to design a Swarm hero? Unlike soldiers, heroes, as the main characters controlled by players, need to be visually powerful and charismatic. Due to the lack of heroic traits in real-world insects, creating them as heroes was unsatisfactory, so we tried to transform humanoid heroes into Swarm. Thus, these humanoid insect hybrid heroes were introduced. As the leader of the Destructive Legion, we didn't add specific insect elements to Delamin but retained some common beetle traits. Chitinous shells, barbs, and some sharp appendages for condensing earth elemental energy, making them more like armor than insect shells, highlighting the hero image. On the battlefield, Delamin also possesses unparalleled military talent, able to quickly deploy troops through the Swarm's connections, enhancing tactical effectiveness. Her exclusive talent, Psychic Link, can significantly increases the speed of allied ancient Swarm soldiers on the battlefield, gaining an early advantage. Additionally, the ancient Swarm, buried underground for years, have a much higher affinity for earth elements than other races. Delamin's initial skills also grant her powerful earth spell combat abilities. As a Swarm spy lurking beside the ancient gods, Delamin was once dubbed the Betrayer. In the new era, this Betrayer will lead the Destruction Legion back to the surface. Under her leadership, the freed Swarm will rise again in the new age, reviving the ancient glory.